Hi, my name is Alex and I'm a physiotherapist at Kiddo Active. Today we're going to talk about some of the major milestones in babies 0 to 6 months. You'll be hearing from me, an occupational therapist and a speech and language therapist. So let's start with the gross motor skills first. Now, when your baby's born in the first couple of weeks, it might feel that they're not able to do very much. But in fact, there's lots in development that's happening. So every movement, every new sound, every new feeling helps with their development. So start play from day one. Now, one of the most important things to be doing with your baby is tummy time when they're awake. Tummy time is fantastic and it's a great way to help strengthening your baby's head and neck, shoulder muscles and back muscles. But it also helps to teach them how to weight shift, so going from side to side, which is really important to be able to then later on to be able to roll and also to crawl. But also it's really good for hand and eye coordination. So tummy time can be done in lots of different ways and different surfaces. Now, initially your baby might only tolerate a minute or so, but do it regularly throughout the day and you should start seeing improvements as your baby gets stronger. So we would expect by the age of 3 months that they should tolerate about an hour in total throughout the day. So places you can do tummy time, well, a great place is starting off with them lying on your chest. And so they can work on lifting their head up, but also it's a really lovely bonding session as you're interacting very closely together. You can also do it with them lying on the couch or on the bed, with you sitting on the floor so that they can see you at eye level, and it's a nice bonding and interaction session there as well. And then of course on the floor, like just on a simple mat, with you lying next to them so that they can see you again and you can interact. Now, when your baby's lying on their back, a fun thing to do is get them to track your face or a toy from side to side. You can also help them to bring their feet to their hands and then just give a gentle squeeze on their feet, which is great for sensory input. But also every time they're lifting their legs up, it helps to strengthen their tummy muscles, like doing little mini crunches. You can also do in supported sitting, so supporting their head as much as they need to help them to see the world around them. By the age of 3 months, what we would be expecting is for a baby to be able to prop themselves on their elbows and to lift their head up for short periods of time to look around their surroundings. And we would be seeing also things like bringing their hands to their mouth. As your baby gets a bit older and a bit stronger, you'll see that they'll be able to do tummy time for much longer and they just seem a lot more steady. And you might start seeing some weight shifting as they're trying to reach for toys when they're on their tummy. Now, activities here to do continue definitely with tummy time. Lots of different surfaces, perhaps different mats, bringing different types of toys to have different textures to them to teach your child to reach for those things. It's also great to play in side lying, giving them some toys between the 2 hands so they can use both their hands as they're playing with that toy, and also then guide them to roll from their back onto their tummy. When they're lying on their back, you can grab gently onto their arms and pull them up into sitting, which again helps to strengthen their head and neck muscles and also their tummy muscles as they're bracing themselves to get pulled up into sitting. And do more time in supported sitting, so having some toys nearby that they want to be engaged with, which also helps to strengthen their sitting balance and again more of that head and neck control. So by the time a baby is 6 months, the things we would be expecting is for them to be able to roll in both directions by themselves. When they're lying on their back, they should bring their feet onto their hands and hold on to it again by themselves. And when you place them in sitting, they should prop on their arms so that they can hold themselves up a little bit for short periods of time. And when you hold them in supported standing, you should feel that they're putting weight through both their feet equally. This is a really magical time with your baby, so enjoy every single minute of it as you're exploring the world together.
Hi everyone, my name is Megan Chung and I'm one of the occupational therapists here at Kiddo Active Therapy. Today I'm hoping to show you some OT related activities for you and your 0 to 6 month old baby. One thing you're going to notice is that your baby is able to hold onto your finger and often quite tightly. This is known as a grasping reflex, meaning they're doing it without thinking. It's automatic. Our hope is that by 3 to 5 months, your baby will be able to open and close their palm on their own. This way, they're using their own volitional movement patterns. You can give your baby a quick little massage by rolling the palms of their hand, tugging or squeezing each of their fingers. And once that has developed, you can offer them an appropriate sized rattle or toy. Place it just outside of arm's length to encourage that reaching pattern, and then they'll be able to hold on to it. As the weeks go by, you'll notice your baby is using both hands together. She might bring her hands to her face or hang on to her feet. If you'd like to encourage this pattern, hold your baby's hands, stretch them out nice like a star, and bring them back in like a turtle. Not only are you developing their coordination, the sense of a right and left side of the body, but as well as midline. We like to use functional patterns to encourage development. So placing your baby's hands on the bottle to self-feed is also another great way to have both hands be used in unison. Let's talk about eye tracking. So between 0 and 6 months, your baby has developed eye contact. They should also be able to locate a toy that you put in front of their eyes, as well as follow this toy or person around a room. We can use high contrast toys or books. We know that black and white contrast will register the highest in a baby's brain. And so sometimes just taking a piece of paper with the funky pattern on it and moving it side to side while having your baby follow with their eyes is just enough for stimulating that visual system. Another favorite is the mobile. It gives us another plane of eye movement, so maybe more of an up and down motion, as well as jumping from toy to toy. So babies love mirrors. Whether they're looking at themselves or looking at you, they're shifting their eyes between two faces, as well as getting familiar with facial expressions. So that's going to develop their early emotional skills. Playing in different positions, whether that's upright, bouncing on a parent's knee, sitting in a bouncer, laying on their back, on their tummy, will develop a baby's sense of where they are in space, body awareness, as well as how to move their body against gravity in a variable number of positions. I'm going to finish off just by outlining a couple of other sensory activities you can introduce to your newborn baby. Of course, we know skin-to-skin contact is huge when it comes to both the sensation it provides a baby, but also the emotional attachment and the bond you want to be building in these early stages of life. Here we have some textured balls. They're bouncy, squishy, ridged edges, bumpy, a petting book, as well as any toy that when reached will create some sound or a crunchy feeling. You can also try some bubbles in the bath time, as well as play on different textures, so on a mat or a rug, anything to increase more sensory experiences for your baby. And that's all from OT, so I hope these activities have been helpful in ways that you can play with your newborn baby.
Hi everyone, my name is Josiane Bicut. I'm a speech language pathologist here at Kiddo Active, and I'm here to discuss with you today some developmental milestones for the age range of 0 to 6 months. Now, at this age range, what we're typically expecting most is for the children to start reacting. So we want them to react to people, so smile or quiet when you're talking to them. We want to hear their cries change for different needs. They'll start being aware more of sound, so they might not turn their whole body towards that sound. That comes a little bit later, but we want to see some eye movement, right, to show some awareness that they're hearing that sound. So when thinking about activity ideas, what you can do is just really follow the lead of your child. So if the child is smiling, if they're laughing, join in with them, take turns. You can try to play peekaboo with them, really create that interaction. You blow them kisses, do the tickles, anything to really engage them in interaction with you. You want to smile when they smile, you want to laugh when they laugh. So really, like I said, turn taking, creating that interaction, creating that really important bond. It's a very exciting time in the 0 to 6 month age range. Your newborn is developing and learning about the world, and it's their first experience in the world. So it is definitely something that is extremely exciting, and there's a lot to look out for. So just have fun and think about communication.